And welcome back, everybody. So,
Can
yes.
this cat get involved now? Can this cat get involved?
No,
now?
it's gone. It's
It's
dead.
getting annoyed.
Where is the cat?
It's
Sleeping.
hiding
The
behind
cat's
me
asleep.
and you.
Is it?
Sleeping.
The cat suddenly alerts you via the implant in its skull to a growing psychic field behind you.
Ooh.
Balthasar's doing same.
What did I say?
Balthasar, wasn't it?
Balsar.
Balthasar.
So you were close.
Balthasar sounds better.
Yeah, but it's not very Eldar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
What?
Bulbasaur.
Balthasar.
That's Bulbasaur.
You're obsessed with...
No, we are not getting distracted by Pokemon. So,
Let's go.
sweet. You feel, the presence of the Psyker coming up behind you.
Oh, so it's got up now.
Yeah.
Out of his
And
blue blood.
he steps forward, lifts up his hands,
And fucks up.
and calls forth
Drops dead.
calls forth the power of the warp.
Okay.
A strange cloud appears above the enemy, and blasts of eldritch lightning suddenly start smashing down amongst them.
Ooh.
Oh, God, very good.
Several of the enemies take hits, only 2 of them,
Wow.
but the ones who are hit are utterly disintegrated by these blasts of eldritch lightning. They are just gone.
Which two?
Let's say this guy and that guy.
And then the guy's fallen over. You want to move that?
Yeah, they're dead too.
That's more accurate.
Yeah, moving back to the tree line to be replaced by
Yeah.
better dudes. Actually, I need to roll the elites.
Oh.
The elites have an agility of 30.
I think you forgot one guy.
So 13.
So
I need a
no,
quick.
He's actually climbing up.
Yeah, I need a quick roll off between you and the elites.
Me?
Yep, that was a 9.
Bless you. Bless you.
Was it eight?
They're ahead of you in the turn order.
Oh, wait, I get +2 for paranoia.
It doesn't matter in this context because I'm just doing a pure roll off against each other.
What's this ball I feel?
What's the...
Is it just?
Oh, it's just the...
Just okay. So.
What's this ball?
His balls just dropped.
So, the elites are now moving forward. These are the guys you need to be worried about, chaps. Because they're reasonably nimble. And they begin moving forward.
They're the elites.
Yeah.
Champion.
I can't believe I'm using Tau for elite dudes who have goddamn chain axes.
Yeah, it's almost as if you can't afford...
They lift up their hell guns. I'm gonna do groups of 3. So first group of 3 is going to target, and I just made my life more complicated by adding the goddamn Eldar to the top. 5. I'm gonna say that is now the Eldar because they wanted dead.
No!
How many of them hit? Only 1 hits in 100. That's one of the legs, isn't it? Yeah, that's well covered. So even though they're firing hell guns, which have a pen of 7, so there's still a functional.
Yeah, it's his.
There's still a functional 9 points of additional armor. A Hellgun blast slams into the castle wall, leaving a rather deep, worrying pockmark right where Balsar's leg would be. But he's fine. Second group is going to target... You're not going to like this, Carl.
You covered now, though.
It's fine.
So I said last time now.
Where's this hidden?
3 hits
Okay.
Where?
in the body.
Alright.
So you do have the benefit of cover.
That's just
So-
one. What about the other 2?
Still the body,
Where the other one?
the arm.
Okay.
So we'll do the 2 going into the body first.
mind you, I
That's
am
the
higher
other
than
one.
those guys down there.
Yeah.
So I get the cover.
No.
Yes.
I mean, technically...
I'm in
he has the
cover.
advantage of being in cover.
Don't you dare.
His arms, yeah.
Don't-
No,
Yeah.
I think he's right. I'm going to be nice and give it to him. So you've effectively got
I
16
bought
additional-
you things.
Yeah.
I'm pulling that card.
Yes, okay.
What?
You've effectively got
You
16
owe me.
additional AP. So you've basically got 23 armour that
Good.
they have to get through,
Thank you.
which they've basically got a Righteous Fury it. So, first one, nope. Second one, nope. Third one, nope. They actually rolled absolute garbage. That was a 1, a 1, and a 4.
I take back my.
So,
It's
yes.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So, 3 shots slam into the tower around you, leaving craters, but not actually hitting you.
Does it damage the cover?
I'm gonna say yes. It's gonna chip
Because
away. at the
3
cover
shots
there.
did focus on me.
Yeah. Yeah, and these guys are a lot more accurate. So, it is now Ryan. You're genuinely contemplating jumping down and mixing it up with them, aren't you?
Dude, if
I
you
wouldn't do it
jump
just
down
yet
the
'cause you've still
dead,
got one barrel.
I can't
left.
save you.
That's fine.
Wait until that barrel's gone.
Oh,
Sick of shooting! Ah! Jumps off.
No, Luther, grab him.
Oh no!
He's not
I
there.
can't. What? I'm up there.
Yeah, I love the fact your instinct is just always to get Luther grabbing. Okay.
Why don't you grab them?
Are you doing this as a? I'm going to let you do this as a
He's
full-on
got no
charge
answer.
into them if you want to.
Yep.
Cool. Charge. Plus 20 to hit for charging,
60, 70, 80,
and I'm going to let
20.
29. How many degrees of success is that?
At 80 weapon skill, yeah. Plus 20 my
Have you
weapon
got
skill.
plus? Wow, you've got
So I've
60 weapon skill.
60
Wow.
weapon skill.
So yeah, plus 20. So yeah, that is about 5 degrees of success. Yeah, 5 degrees of success. You pile in and start swinging your. What weapon were you using?
Power fist.
Power fist, cool. And it smashes into. I'm gonna say all 3 of the guys in front of you.
Okay. What's SB? That's strength.
Yeah, you get you normally with a melee weapon you get to add your strength bonus. The power fist adds double your strength bonus. So
That's
what's
10.
what's the damage?
So 2d10 plus strength bonus.
Flame.
Plus 1 to my strength modifier, which brings it
Yeah.
5. So
Yeah, the
that's
double
10.
happens after that modification.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2d10 plus 10.
5, 8, 18,
Cool. What's the pen on that?
9.
Yep. The first guy head. So actually, where did you hit him? The first guy somehow you managed to smash him in the. Actually, yeah, this makes perfect sense for Gromwick. You run in and you punch at what is normal height for you, and you smash clean into his hip, taking his leg out from under him.
I thought you were going to punch him in the groin.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's hitting him in such a way that he's taking out both his legs and probably his crotch along the way. So, yeah. Damage on the second guy, please.
Is this going to be like the Black Knight from Monty Python, where he
Oh,
just takes the
Holy
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. The second guy.
Back fists the other guy.
Yeah, the second guy kind of reaches down with his weapon in an attempt to block you, and in so doing brings his arm into perfect position to get smashed by the power fist on the backswing. He's not looking so good. And the last guy, please.
9.
9, 19.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Even with their, because their armor's basically worthless against that power fist. And while they do have enough toughness to reduce
And
that,
who
that's
got-
still the number of wounds I gave one of these guys.
And who was the one who got in that power fist? I wonder.
Yes, it was you. Well
My
done.
main man is.
Yeah, these 3 guys go flying off into the moat, which is steadily getting filled up with a fair number of dead dudes.
Happy days.
And then he's like, come on, who wants more?
Unfortunately for you, they're completely insane cultists, so they do want more. It is now. Actually, it's now the cultists. So a couple more of them spawn,
Just one cut is there.
and the one who's currently climbing the walls makes it to the top, finds himself in a position, and
Couldn't have stopped him, could you?
goes that way to try and hit
Sorry,
you.
I wiped out 3 elites. You're welcome.
He swings his knife at you. Don't worry, he literally can't hurt you with it.
It's a knife.
It's a
Against
knife. It's,
power armor.
yeah, it's a
That's
one.
all right,
True.
1d5 damage weapon with the primitive quality. Her armor's worth 14 against it.
It just reminds me of that meme. Have you seen it where the guy like spears the hero?
He
Does
swings
0
his knife, and because he failed that utterly, it's a 95. And because this makes thematic sense, he swings his knife, and it just immediately shatters upon hitting your armor. He kind of looks at it, and then looks at the parts of it that have impacted his own wrist, and he just kind of screams. That didn't go so good for him. The guys who've just come out of the forest start shooting at... over there.
Oh, me.
Sorry, Tina. But again, you've got really good cover, and there's 4 of them. So, only one of them hits in the body, so you're well covered. He can't hurt you.
Okay.
Again, to penetrate the cover, they've got to get like 3 different rounds of Righteous Fury. Because again, it does stack, by the way.
Okay.
So if you get an additional dice of damage from Righteous Fury, and you roll a 10 again, you get to try again for another round of it.
Nice.
So you can theoretically roll infinite damage in this game. It's just really unlikely.
Yeah.
It's mostly there to, so potentially if something stupidly dangerous comes out, you can potentially kill it.
Yeah.
Just by getting obscenely lucky. Which I do quite
Did you
like.
shout for the Emperor before?
No, she didn't.
did.
No, she
No, she used her flavor.
Do it.
So
Get
it is
90.
now Gravane, who looks over at the Eldar and clearly is distracted by this other psyker coming on the field because his power sort of fizzles, but it doesn't do anything worse than that.
Hey, what is wrong with you?
It is now Faye. If I were you, I'd probably kill the guys right next to you.
But shout for the Emperor.
It is always worth shouting for the Emperor. You can literally do that as a half action, so you know.
I'm going to push him off the side there.
Do it. Valerie.
For the Emperor, you just
Come on,
get
give
his
us
head
a nice
to push him off.
Go, give us a nice for the Emperor.
Go on, scream it.
Do it.
You know you want it. Peer pressure!
For the Emperor!
Good!
Yeah!
Hey!
So I get plus 10 now.
You can hear Gromlix screaming down on the floor.
Yes,
Come
you
on,
do.
you shucks!
You get plus 10 to hit now, because you gain temporary Hatred Chaos. You've got Hatred Chaos all the time, so you get plus 10 chance to hit in melee combat. So, roll me weapon skill, please, with your chainsword. 2 dice.
51.
So, 61, because of the plus 10.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Please say you kick.
Yeah, your chainsword slams into this guy, taking him in the shoulder. How much damage does it do?
I just wanted
one
him
of
to
them.
just
Actually, you
get
might
his
as well
head.
roll both, because it's got a quality to let you roll 2 dice to pick the highest.
so he lands in the spikes and dies.
I'd do this one.
Yeah. 10. Roll me Righteous Fury.
So one and another dice.
So roll both of those 2 again to see if you manage to hit him again. Again, less than 61. No. Righteous Fury does not go off, but you still hit him for, let me see, strength of 55 with the power armor, so that's another 5. So 17 damage to a guy with 8 wounds.
He
You
did.
cleave him in half. Starting at the shoulder, right down to the other hip. He is just dead.
He's a mess.
So,
Well done, Valerie! Right, just across the wall. Well
Yeah.
done.
it is now your turn, Tina.
Woo! Barrel. Okay, I'm aiming for the barrel.
Thought you might.
You know what I want? You know what I wanted you to do? It's just go for the Emperor, and then just gently put your hand in his face, and then just push
Off you
him
go.
off, and he lands in the spike.
That would have been quite amusing, I'll give you that.
So, bolt gun. I'm 2 shots this time.
Cool.
That's
Targeting the barrel,
Well,
plus
it's
10.
So it's 58.
55, yep. One of them hits the barrel.
Okay.
It explodes,
Yep.
covering 2 meters.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I'll call it 2.5. Why not? I'm nice.
Champion.
Okay.
Hits 3 of them.
3 of them. Happy days.
Do they?
As epic as Robert charged
All of them flub their agility tests and get set on fire.
Now I believe that there's a load of...
So down to the first one. He dead. Down to the second one.
What are you saying?
He's
I'm
super
so
dead.
glad that
Damage to the
allowed
third
to
one.
feel them out.
Jesus Christ.
Less attacks.
Oh my god.
He did.
He mega super ultra dead.
Does he die so hard he kills everyone around him?
Sadly, no.
Damn.
How do you just...
Okay, what I'll say, yeah, he died so hard that he spasms as he dies and fires off his hell gun, but unfortunately doesn't hit anything.
I'm right there.
Okay, it is now the gunners.
You hit that guy.
So, you notice that there don't seem to be quite as many coming out of the forest as there were. You think you might be starting to wear them down.
Cleared my area.
Yeah.
I can just imagine like some of them's just by the trees and they're just looking over like
Oh,
really
shit.
scared.
I'm going home now.
Yeah, they're going to shoot the lunatic dwarf coming at them.
But he's short, so they can't get a clear shot.
Luckily for you, their guns clearly haven't been maintained in a while, and one of them jams, and the others fire completely wildly and miss you. It is now the new round of combat, which means dun dun dun.
Is he back for another strafe and run?
No,
Oh,
worse. Come barreling out of the forest.
The fuck is that?
That's a space marine.
Yes!
All of you, and I mean all of you, roll me a fear test.
Wait,
Oh,
how
yeah.
many? What's
I get something
fear?
against that. I have something.
Fear test is a willpower test, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I need 31.
that's a chaos space.
That's a Chaos Space Marine in
15.
bright pink garish armor.
Yes, I get plus 10 to resist.
Cool.
I rolled 15.
You are fine.
So
Willpower.
willpower, so you need 48 or less.
What was that?
50.
Oh dear.
You failed.
Battle Sister's clearly got a bit of PTSD after a recent battle and seeing a Chaos Marine coming at her. Actually, you've got Pure Fate. You get to re-roll that.
I'm going to spend my last fate point to reroll this.
Much better. She sees the Chaos Marine and gets suitably pissed off at Chaos incoming, but she actually
21.
gets
That's
resisted. Cool.
That's
Carl,
better. I haven't rolled yet. What am I rolling for?
willpower.
Okay. That's right.
Okay.
That is 11.
Cool. You are all remarkably brave people. Let's see how Gravane does. Gravane takes it, no problem. The presence of a Chaos Space Marine... he doesn't need to take it.
He's dying anyway.
The presence of a Chaos Marine on the field does not appear to be enough to rattle any of you. Congratulations. Because Chaos Marines are terrifying.
What
He
about
comes...
this
Hmm?
kitty? The cat.
The cat's still hiding.
Still useless cat.
As the Chaos Marine charges towards you, you hear a sudden noise from behind you.
Behind me? Fuck,
Yep.
what is that?
As you turn around, you see a figure in a cloak raise a strange rifle
Dodge.
and fire down into the crowd.
Oh, okay, it's not attacking me.
The shot, which I guess I'm going to reroll that.
It's all that.
The shot hits the Chaos Marine square in the face
Okay.
and punches clean through his helmet.
Ah, I wanted to kill him.
The Chaos Marine staggers and collapses.
Okay.
Who shot us?
Who's this person?
Who's this kill-stealing bastard?
Who's this person I thought was going to kill me?
The strange figure in the cloak looks at you and then winks before jumping off the side of the tower.
Oh, she winks at me. Is it
It's
a
a
she?
he.
Oh, it's a he. Oh, he winks
It's a
at me.
he with strange features.
Have you got anything familiar about him?
Nope, it's nobody you know,
Okay.
but you recognize the weapon he was holding to be very similar to the stuff that he's got.
Oh, so Elder stuff.
Uh-huh. You also notice the strange, almost slightly feline nature to the features. They're space elves. Is the important thing to remember about the Eldar. That's how they started. As you suddenly turn, there is a noise beside you.
Next to me.
No, beside him. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And a strange ripple appears in the air. A sound as a figure appears next to him.
So they're wearing clear. Why didn't
No.
it disappeared?
This figure is not wearing a cloak, unlike the other one.
Okay.
It's wearing tight-fitting body armor, has a pair of blades attached to its arms, and has what looks like some sort of underslung cannon weapon.
So is this like a
It's
chameleon?
a
Oh, no.
spider.
Again, if any of you have not, I don't think any of you
Is
have
it a
Forbidden
what-
Lord
is it-
Xenos.
I know what it is.
You know
but
exactly
I
what it
don't
is, yeah.
know. My character doesn't know what
Your
it
character
is.
doesn't
I
I've
know
got
what it
pirates
is.
and
No.
architect.
Thought not. So, as you watch, it reaches out and pretty much body hugs, the Eldar who was beside you.
Please help
And
us.
as you see, he drops his blade to the ground that was belted at his hip. It's clearly sort of come loose and fallen away. Wait, my blade! No time, honoured one. The pair blink out of existence suddenly, leaving behind no trace. As you watch, the cultists seem to have gone completely mad. Without the guiding force of that Chaos Marine, they're turning on each other in an absolute orgy of violent destruction.
I join in. Ah!
Yep, Gromlin gets stuck in, and quite frankly, they're all too busy killing each other to worry about killing the midget among them. So yeah,
Can I go to pick up the knife?
It's not a knife.
it's a sword.
Sword.
It's,
Oh.
it's a
You said dagger a minute ago.
no.
That was the
It's a
cultist.
blade.
Oh,
It was
okay.
the cultist with the dagger. He's got a blade.
Alright.
So yeah, he's gone. So yeah, I know we're getting close.
I want to know the guy that winked at me and disappeared. He definitely hit on me.
I mean, to be fair, Eldar don't hit on humans because, well, they don't hit on humans for the same reason that you wouldn't hit on a monkey.
Am I human though?
Yeah,
Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh.
I have to go through some kind of procedure to point my ears up and make myself look like one of them.
So, heresy.
Oh, it's super racist.
Oh,
No,
dear.
you'd never be able to match the kind of unnatural grace of an Eldar.
Okay.
They'd spot you in a minute, in an instant. But yeah, so they're busy killing each other in an orgy of absolute destruction. Gromlick's busy getting stuck in, and yeah, he's going to be distracted for a little while. So you
Me.
want to go? Yeah, you are. So you want to go over and examine the sword, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might. So
I'm just gonna take shots at them.
it's absolutely beautifully made.
And I didn't miss the beat where they said honoured one as well, so it's obviously some kind of important Eldar person.
Entirely probable.
We remember that we've helped them.
So
They want his sword back.
Like, we're going to track him down. Can we track people through their belongings like you can when you, like, you know, like when you give a dog a scent and they follow it? Can we do that with belongings through technology?
Are you calling
Yeah, we
yourself
can.
a dog?
Yeah, oh, we can use a cat. Yes.
you can probably get a psychic trace from it, but whether or not you'd actually be able to follow it's an entirely different matter.
Can we try that?
Potentially later.
Okay.
It's not the, it's the sort of thing that would require a lot of preparation and study, not just a quick and dirty.
So
infantry.
bloody Eldar steal kills our Chaos Boy.
No, I was going to challenge him one-on-one.
Yeah, I thought you were going to try that, but trust me, you don't want to do that
I
yet.
Yeah,
wanted
you
to.
don't want to do that.
No,
Yeah.
trust me.
But whether or not I
don't
didn't want him,
want to do
Gromlin
that.
would have wanted to.
Chaos Marines have stat lines like they do in the lore.
That's fine.
But anyway, I was examining this sword.
Gromlin
Yep.
still would have tried.
It's an absolutely beautiful blade. It's around about that long.
3, 4 foot.
So you could comfortably use it single-handed, and its edge is monofilament sharp. You could, put it this way: if you swung this thing right now at the brickwork, at the stone in front of you, it would slice clean through it.
Nice.
It is pretty goddamn spectacular. The material it's made from is weird.
It's Wraith.
Yeah, it's Wraithbone. But none of you guys know what Wraithbone is.
Oh, okay.
Can I not use any
You don't have any law, you
God
don't have
damn
any
it with
specific
you.
knowledge.
No incidents.
Again, this is one of the things I want to have a conversation with you about.
Okay. Can I,
You
in the
can,
meantime, like, strap it onto my...
you can certainly.
We
I'm
can
taking
keep it in case he comes back.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
taking it with me everywhere I go in case I see him.
It
And then-
counts as an exotic melee weapon, by the way, so you need special training specifically for it to
Ooh,
use it.
I've got an exotic melee weapon.
Yep.
But you haven't got any training.
Not yet.
So, with most of the cultists busy murderizing each other, you're able to hang about for quite a while comfortably until Amberley arrives in orbit.
Can I pot shot at people?
Yeah. You can take some shots while they're
Can
doing
I
stuff.
take it?
It's mostly because Ryan's going to leave in like 5-10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, should I just take one pot shot at someone?
It's just
You don't need to. Again, you're firing into a crowd at this point. You're not going to miss.
Lord of the Rings with Legolas and Gimli.
I really want the
Again,
Eldar to
I'd
stay
extend it a little bit longer if you
I
didn't
was just
have,
saying me
you know,
and you more like
Oh,
I was
yeah.
sniping and you're just like.
Yeah. Sorry, we are almost at the end of the session. I
Okay,
promise.
sorry.
No, that's fine. So
we were just saying about Lord of the Rings.
yeah, it's mostly because I'm concerned because he needs to go fairly soon.
What does it mean when each one of these is coloured in again?
That you've taken an advance in it.
Yeah, once
does that
once
mean
you took 4, you can't go anymore.
But does that increase? Should that increase the number?
Yes, each advance increases by +5.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh, so when I did intelligence, I should have been rolling 48, not 43.
Was that on the front or the back? Because if you,
I've just added it on. I don't know. Well, it's on both sides now, but it was
as
on
long
the
as
front.
both sides match, yeah, that's the important thing.
It does now, but I don't think I included that.
Yeah, fair enough. But yes, so yeah, it's a really nice exotic melee weapon which has stats, which I will give to you later. I'll give those to you behind the scenes. So yeah, once Amberly's established a position above them, she basically decides this planet is bucket with that much chaos activity on it.
We're blowing it up.
I mean, she doesn't. You don't have cyclonic torpedoes or anything like that, but she can bomb the ever-living piss out of it
Okay.
and make the area completely uninhabitable for a while. So you lug it back to the shuttle and hoof it up. Gravane is not happy that the Eldar fled, though at least the
The
constant,
mental stuff.
the constant call for aid in his head has stopped now.
What's going to happen with the sister of battle?
Oh, she's going back to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, well, at the moment, you can return her to an Imperial base when you're next in the Imperium, but for now she's basically stuck with you.
Sweet.
Yeah, she's got nowhere else to go, so she might as well hang around and help out.
It's entirely up to you of what you want to do.
Exactly. As to how often you wish to help out, that will be determined by factors other than the plot. Namely, how often you're available and so on and so forth.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Yeah.
I may well write a plot specifically around you at some point, but I'll make sure I know for a fact you're going to be in a section before I do that. Because as I don't want to write a section based specifically around one character and then have them. So once you have returned to the ship, a volley of macro cannon fire from the port broadside springs out.
Uh-oh.
And a massive cluster of macro cannon shells smash into the planet. You probably can't kill everything down there, especially if they've been living in underground caves, which is what was implied by the Eldar. But you can
Make it difficult for them.
yeah.
Who
As
knows?
to how these cultists got here, who can say? It's one of the eternal mysteries of the universe. So yeah, that's that.
Do we get anything from Amberley, or are we just heading back to the ship at this point?
At the moment, you're just heading back to the ship.
Okay.
So.
And the cat's decided to leave his hiding space and join us.
Yeah, the cat's not
Shut
stupid enough to
Dude,
stay behind on
it's-
the planet that's about to
Yeah,
get bombed to
yeah,
shit.
it's like,
Let's
yeah,
just
I'm
leave
going
the
now.
cat on the strip next time.
The cat may occasionally do things, for the record. It's just I haven't painted.
Yeah,
I haven't
it'll
painted
knock,
the model
it'll
yet.
knock down, it'll knock switches on that shouldn't be on.
Probably. And
Knock things
not
over.
important things off tables.
Yeah.
So, with in
It
mind
knocks
that
the
Ryan
pot
needs
off
to
that man's
run,
button that, like, fires
I
off.
suggest we all say good night. Thank you very much for watching, and we will hopefully all see you in future sessions.
Bye.